I prefer it. Don't get me wrong. I prefer the internet for being quirky Reddit humor than whatever it is nowadays, but it was a weird time. But yeah, these origins, they're pretty innocent, they're pretty funny to look at now back in 2026, but honestly, this was only the tip of the iceberg. Because honestly, I did not expect to discover that, well, there's some serious illegal activity that took place, like really bad, really, I'm not going to go too detailed into this, but Michaela's first major controversy happened when she was around 14 years old.
It's actually the afternoon. I finished working. I finished basically doing any admin work that I usually do on Wednesdays. Even though on Wednesdays I don't teach, I still try to work as much as I can. What am I trying to say? I don't know. Sorry for the lighting change. It's a little cloudy today. Even though it's been feeling really nice, it is a little bit cloudy. But I have some reading updates. Sorry for the angle. I just really wanted you guys to see that I have both of my darlings here. I'm a little nervous because tomorrow Raven has a checkup at the doctor from some medication that she's been taking. And on Thursday she's going to have some teeth cleaning and teeth extraction. So she's being a little pampered baby right now. And Kat is a little jealous baby, but it's okay. He's just a cute little jealous baby. It's okay. Okay, so I'm back in another angle. Sorry for that. My battery died and now my cat is trying to chew at my tripod. That's okay. Anyways, so I just wanted to come in and say some reading updates. I finished Wilder Girls and that was a fun time. Bishi, chill. Chill. Once I remembered that it was like a sci-fi thriller, the slow pace was now understandable because it was a little slow in the very beginning, but once things picked up, boy did they pick up. I wasn't expecting how gross it was going to be because I cringed. There were a lot of times where my face was just tense of just going like, ugh. While I was reading it, but very enjoyable. Loved it so much. Glad I read it. And now I'm ready to update my reading journal, putting that as book number 9. Oh, putting that as book number 9 in the reading journal. I'm a little about it, only because I think I'm technically behind on my reading goals for this year, but it's only the 3rd month, so it's okay. I don't need to worry about that too much. I do have a lot of reading goals for spring break, which is next week, and hopefully I could throw out 3 videos. 2 videos, just kidding, 2 videos because of those reading goals. Well, actually maybe 3, depending on when I record a video that I have planned to record soon. Okay, yes, finish Wilder Girls. Sci-fi thriller, highly recommend, actually. Well, like I always do, read what you want, right? But I think this one was well written, well paced, and the ending was very worth it, I guess, if that's the right way to put it. It left me wanting more, but I don't think it has a sequel, and that's okay. Not every book needs a sequel, but my copy had like a deleted scene, and that satisfied me enough. Like I mentioned when I was reviewing Mate. Actually, hold on. Let me backtrack. I don't necessarily read a lot of romance books. I actually really prefer it when the romance is some kind of B plot, even a C plot at that. Sometimes. So the romance B plot in this book was actually really good, and it was sapphic, and so I really enjoyed that. Fishy! The next book that I picked up is Bright Young Women by Jessie Knowles. I knew it was a thriller when I bought it, and when I picked it up, I remembered. I feel like with the cover, you could tell that it's a thriller. I just wasn't expecting it to be this gruesome so fast, and I had to look it up. I had to look it up with what I was getting myself into because it did have that kind of like true crime taste to it. Not that it's like bad written, but like this thriller felt interesting from the very beginning, and turns out it's based on true crime, based on real events. So I'm kind of glad that I did that research before I went further into the book. I want to do more research on it once I'm done reading the book to see how the book compared to the true crime events. Because while it is based on true crime events, I think it was based on Ted Bundy's, I forgot what word I'm trying to say, but when he attacked the sorority house, the Ted Bundy attacks in the sorority house in Florida, wherever he was in. What I'm trying to say is, this is a historical fiction based on Ted Bundy and his attack to a sorority. And it has more of the angle of commenting on the misogyny of that specific case and everything. So I'm really excited to look into it as well. I'm only about 50 pages in, and hooks were there from the very beginning. It started strong, it's staying strong so far. And I'm excited. I wouldn't say it's one of the oldest editions in my TBR shelf, but it is getting there, I guess you could say. I am glad, though, that I've been keeping with some kind of theme for this month. Since International Women's Day is in March, I'm really happy that I've been able to stick with solely women authors so far, and I do have a list of books that I want to prioritize for the month, and they all are women authors, so that's good. There is one exception, but I don't think I'm gonna get to that. That's kind of like a safety net type of situation, if I'm in a reading slump type of situation, kind of. And that's also a reread, so I don't think that counts either. I'm really excited because I am about to go into spring break next week, and I already have 2 ceramic sessions booked for next week. I went to one last Friday, and that was really nice. It was a little stressful because that is the day where I had to take my dog to the vet for a same day appointment type situation, but I had to do the vet appointment after my ceramics appointment because I did my second ceramics class last Friday, and I'm excited for spring break because I have 2 more. And I really feel like this is something that I definitely needed as a creative outlet, and also as a way to teach me how to slow down. Because if you are going fast, as I noticed, if you are going fast working that clay, you're going to screw it up, especially if you don't know and haven't mastered the technique. So I'm just excited to have and work on that muscle memory connection to make better ceramics, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore, but I love ceramics. I'm excited for my next classes. My baby girl is a little sick right now, but she is being spoiled as she should be. And I am reading a lot, and that is also what really matters and what's more important, in my opinion, personally, for my life. came just in time.
What?
There's a section in my book to stop reading.
That's what I'm wearing.
Hey, University Mr. World Ride! I love that. It looks comfortable. Is it comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how big it is.
Yeah, I think that's what I was mostly eyeing. I like how big it is. Yeah, usually when this scene is lower is when it's more comfortable. Tu recuerdo no se va. I do have another thrift book haul. If you're coming from my last video, I know I did a lot of those. I will admit there was a point where I kind of lost self-control just because there were a lot of specific book covers that I really wanted, and I was able to find them in a good price in this website, Thrift Books. So to clarify, I don't know if it's obvious, but not sponsored, but I do have more thrift book books, I guess. There you go. Okay. I already opened these. I wasn't gonna fill them, but then here I am. I wasn't gonna fill them because I got so mad when I found one of them, because it just reminds me why I was really pissed off why I was upset for not getting the original cover for Song of Solomon. For those who didn't see my last vlog, which I think you should go back and check out, just saying, I originally ordered one specific cover, which I'll post here, but I got another cover instead, which is, I guess, something that you kind of have to risk when you're buying thrift books for some reason. It's like a well-known thing that sometimes you just don't get the edition that you wanted sometimes. And don't get me wrong, I actually really do love both covers, so it's like a win-win situation, I guess. But then, later on that week, I received my copy of Sula, and it reminded me that I bought the copy of Sula specifically to be a companion to Song of Solomon. And then also, to be fair, there weren't other Sula covers that I necessarily was obsessed about or liked or anything like that. So in this book haul, I got my edition for The Bluest Eyes, and they're obviously part of the same editions that came out. They're obviously part of the same publisher, the same whatever that was going on at the time. I guess Oprah's book club cover situation. And now I'm really upset again. Now I'm really upset again that I didn't get the copy of Song of Solomon, but you win some, you lose most. Is the theme of this thrift book haul. The other two books that came with Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eyes is The Starless Sea and The Night Circuits by Erin Morgenstern. And before I found out about The Starless Seed, I've been wanting to read The Night Circus. So when I went to go buy The Starless Seed, I just went ahead and bought this one as well. And the reason why I bought them used was because they were selling them together really cheap. For The Starless Seed, I originally want because I'll get to that. But for The Starless Seed, I originally wanted this B cover, and even new online, I can't find it anymore, and it's really frustrating me because I've seen it in person before. I think like 2 years ago, I was at Barnes & Noble, and I found The Starless Seed in Barnes & Noble with that blue B cover, and I didn't get it because I was like, you know what, let me save my money, I'll come back for this. And ever since then, major regrets because I haven't been able to find it anywhere else. So At first, I was kind of like resigned. It's okay, that's fine. And I went ahead and thrifted this cover. I'm just really obsessed. And I know, oh my god, consumerism is taking over me and everything like that. But I just love beautiful covers. Those help me read the books in general as well. And it's kind of like, it's haunting me. I'm not gonna lie. How can I live with this cover when I know that that cover still exists? So, with that being said, I'm on the hunt. Whenever I go to a bookstore, I'm on the hunt for that specific cover. My first goal, I guess, is to go to that specific Barnes & Noble that I was in and see if they still happen to have that copy. Or more, who knows, right? But I am on the hunt for sure for that beautiful, beautiful B cover. And it's not like it's gonna be living in a dusty situation. I mean, if you guys will see real quick, right now my wall has a mixture of record vinyls, but I'm displaying, there you go. If you guys can see, I am displaying covers, and I want to continue displaying them all over my apartment. So any cover that I think is really pretty is going to go on my wall, basically. I'm not hunting for these pretty covers just to have them gather up dust and no one else will see them. They will actually be displayed somewhere where people will see them. Because I'm more than just a reader. I am a book collector. So that is what this book haul is. This next book haul that I got, actually let me see what books were the ones that came. I think I know what books came, but just to be sure. The first book that I got is The Bandit Queens by Perini Schroff. That's hilarious. It has the tag that in Goodwill it was sold for $191, and I definitely paid more for this on thrift books. Anyways, I actually have been wanting to read this book since it came out. Anyways, Allison Pages does talk about this book, and I agree with her that the other cover just looked like the Suicide Squad, and I hate it. I thought it was ugly. So when I saw this on thrift books, I went ahead and got it because I definitely prefer this specific book. And I don't know if you guys have noticed a specific trend, but I very much prefer paperback covers. I know they could be a little more fragile. I run the risk of them being like really beat up if I'm getting them through thrift books, but I'm very much a paperback girly. I also bought Macbeth by William Shakespeare for that specific cover that I saw online, but I didn't receive the one I wanted. I wanted this one, which again I will show you guys, but I got this one. It's fine. I actually genuinely like it. I actually do really like it. I think it's really cool, but I was looking for a cute bat moment. Even the quote in the back is actually really pretty. And I like how old and weathered this looks. I'm actually not that mad. I'm actually, to be clear, I'm actually not that upset about not getting the right Macbeth cover. I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny. But yes, I also got Macbeth. And this will go up on the wall. Oh, look at that. Used. It says used and recommended by the Royal Shakespeare Company. So I think this was used during a production of Macbeth. That's pretty cool. Or it was published specifically for people to read their lines of Macbeth. I don't know. I just think that's a very, very interesting feature. Anyways. Okay, hi, hello. No, okay. Quédate otra vez.
You know I'm such a fool for you. You caught me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger?